A packed house in Westport tonight as dozens attended a Board of Health meeting about what's being called the largest case of farm animal abuse in the Northeast.
And more than 24 protesters called for the resignation of several Board of Health members over the situation at the American Legion Highway Farm that resulted in the removal of more than 1,000 animals. Eyewitness News reporter Caroline Goggin joins us now live in Westport with more on tonight's events. Caroline?
Well, before members of the crowd even spoke during tonight's meeting, the attorney for the farm's owner actually addressed Board of Health members about progress at the farm that only infuriated an already frustrated crowd who's calling for change at the top.
Stories anymore. You're responsible for the tragedies that happened up there. You and Mr. Santos.
A call for resignation from a heated crowd in Westport.
Resign.
Speaking to Westport Board of Health members John Colletti and Karl Santos, dozens allege the two sat back and did nothing as roughly 1,400 animals were abused at a local farm.
We have copies of these letters that state that there is a problem back in 2015, and it was from a state official asking them to go out there and do something about it.
Colletti and Mr. Santos had a fiduciary responsibility as inspectors to report back honest material to the state, and they lied.
But Colletti denies any negligence. He says he hadn't been at the farm in years and no one had told him of an issue.
I was not there in 15 at all. I was thinking 10.
Colletti and Santos heard complaint after complaint, but the two continue to defend their stance to the group.
Stop embarrassing Westport, embarrassing our entire state.
The message of the night, as some say if they don't resign, at least accept responsibility.
1,400 animals suffered for at least a calendar year, if not longer. And no one is standing up and accepting responsibility. I cannot live in this town if this is going to continue to happen.
And Colletti said he is considering resigning, but it's not going to happen tonight. One thing everyone did agree on at tonight's meeting was that more needs to be done to prevent future occurrences like this one. Live in Westport tonight with the Mobile Newsroom, Caroline Goggin, Eyewitness News.